I'm Ronald D. Moore, executive producer of Battlestar Galactica, and what you are about to see is the record of a very special visit to our sets with the cast and crew of Galactica by two lovely people, Jennifer and Christoph, and you will see some amazing things that happen to them and their experiences, and it's important for you to know that this will never happen again. Don't call, don't write, don't show up. This boat has sailed. This will not happen to you. This is a one-time only thing that only happened to them. So enjoy.
We met online, started exchanging messages.
It was incredible. So I started sending private messages to her, and she sent them back, and we just understood each other's humor, and it just kept going from there.
Yep.
So Flight of the Phoenix is your favorite episode?
Flight of the Phoenix is my favorite episode.
Even though I think I've done better work since, but...
Well, I just love the story progression in that one, you know, especially Tyril's character through that one. You know, going from being just so beaten down, you know, and just saying, all right, I got to do something about this, and just turning it around. Well, since we met online, we kind of shared with our, you know, community of friends online that we'd, you know, met and fallen in love, and Terry Moore caught wind of it and said, well, what's this? What's going on? You know, and she sent me a message one day and said, this is a super long shot, but, you know, do you want to try and get on the set? You know, after I picked myself up off the floor, I said, yes, of course we want to come to the set.
Can we, do you have the action figures?
I do.
We have this funny little thing that we've been doing for our trip, is we got a couple of little action figures, and we put it around our cake, and so we're like placing them in different places that we've been to.
Sort of people.
It's incredible.
I know. It's amazing to be in here because you recognize all the pieces, you know, oh, I saw this in that episode, and, you know, Vipers, I mean, those are cool. You know, it's just so fascinating for me to kind of see how it all comes together, you know, and see that process, and, you know, I would love to do this kind of work, you know, putting together this kind of thing, set decoration and set design kind of stuff, prop building. I just think it would be so much fun to do.
And I can see around, and of course, you know, it's all a set, but I can look at things and hear a clank in my head. But then you see little details like the squelch box on the wall there.
Right.
You know, things that you don't catch all the time. So did you guys do the scene of the Pegasus crew introducing to the Galactica crew? Was that in here?
Where she steps off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all gathered right here.
Is that the jump seat where they did all the gyroscopic moving everyone around? See if you can shoot straight after being spun around? Yes.
Yeah, in that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where they set that up, though.
Everybody's been so great to us here on the set. We have, you know, had lunch with the cast. And
did you propose in person, or?
By the time she came up in October, we had been talking together and getting to know each other for about 5 months. Oh, this is our guest book. And so she did something really creative. We thought we'd ask people here to sign our guest book for our wedding, if you guys don't mind.
they got us cake.
They made a cake for us. Ron wrote congratulations and and then the whole cast kind of, we walked into the room and they all cheered for us, and it was like, wow, here's all these people that we're used to watching. Now they're looking at us.
We're eating cake with the cat. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're hearing our story and getting choked up and crying.
Yeah.
So how long were you guys online together before you actually met?
About 5 months. We started exchanging emails and things in May, and then I flew out to Alaska for the season premiere in October.
Oh my god!
We just want to say thank you to Ron and Terry for the opportunity that you've given us to be here. You know, it's just been incredible, and we can't thank you enough.
Well, it's been a once-in-a-lifetime chance for us, and it's been incredible. We're both overwhelmed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to everybody else out there who's part of the boards and part of the community, we made it!
We're here!
Ah! There's a nebula out there that we're going to land on. That's our home star.
Welcome to Season 4 of the video blogs. You might notice as you peruse these blogs that they're no longer referred to as the David Eick video blogs, which is why they suck. and why you really shouldn't watch them. If you want to watch a good video blog, you'll watch something called the David Eick video blogs. If you want to watch a piece of shit, you'll watch the new Battlestar Galactica Season 4 video blogs. Enjoy.
Has David Eick forsaken his Battlestar children with Bionic Woman? No. I mean, I feel David's presence very strongly all the time. You know, David reads everything, sees everything. We have a lot of communication. And you know, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing that Bionic is literally shooting next door to us, that we shared certain cast members and crew members on the pilot. They sort of feel like our cousin over there more than anything else.
There's already been some territorial issues. They took over a couple of our sound stages.
I want to do a raid on the craft services, get a couple people and go through it. No one's really on board with me yet.
A couple of their cast were caught eating our food. You know, this can only get worse. And really, if ever there was a time for some leadership from the top, it's now.
Even though I've been spread a little thin and I remain, you know, the executive producer of Battlestar Galactica, along with my partner Ron Moore, I really maintain that I've got a soft spot in my heart for Bionic Galactica. I think Bionic Galactica is one of the best shows on TV.
I like that. That was a good show back in the 60s, 50s. I like that show.
Bionic Woman? You know, I don't know. I wish I could be a part of that and support that, but I just can't go there with you, man.
I mean, hopefully he'll call us up. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten us completely because of Bionic Woman, but if he is in town, I expect a call.
That's fine, because I'm in Bionic Woman. So we can go off to Bionic Woman, and that's just fine with me, because this is our last season. But if you tell him to phone me.
Have you seen David Eick anywhere? No? Is he even a part of our show? Who?
I totally thought he got fired from Battlestar. And then he had to go and then find another job, so he went on Bionic Woman.
What happens when you kick someone out of a family? Disown. Yeah, he's been disowned.
I think that it's really kind of unfounded criticism, to be honest with you. And I think that if you look at the big picture, you'll see that really all good things must come to an end, and that certainly applies to me.
Is Bionic Woman a dirty word? No. We are all part of the same happy NBCG family. No, we wish David well, and you know, I know quite a few people on the show, and hope they have 4 or 5 blissful years of being in beautiful sunny Vancouver.
Long live Bionic Galactica, and know that I love you, and you always have a special place in my heart.
Knowing that this is the last season of the show has really affected everything that we do on the show from top to bottom. You know, in terms of the writing of the show and the production of it, I think we're all painfully aware that this is it. You know, this is senior year for Battlestar Galactica. It affects everything. I mean, everyone is just really aware that this is the last run, and everyone's commitment to making it the very best that they can is very high.
It's pretty positive. Everyone is resigned that it's coming to an end. There'll be sadness. There'll be some tears shed eventually, but I think closer to the end.
It can be hard to express our confusion, loss. But when we come together as we have this morning, we grow stronger.
Cheers, jubilation. There's been a lot more applause with each scene that's done. It's like furlough. I think it's like getting a reprieve from a prison sentence. I think people can't wait for this shit to end because, my God, man, it's torture.
We're just terrified of being out of work. That's pretty much it. Scared to death that when this is over, we'll all be unemployable. And had conversations about that, actually, and we are unemployable, so it doesn't matter.
It's called following orders.
It's called dragging our feet. Starbuck's pushing our go-back deadline to the last second because she's afraid to face Adama. What he's gonna say when he realizes her vision was just a pipe dream.
It affects it really positively, I think. I think before Ron and David announced that the show was ending, there was a lot of griping going on in the cast, and I think when everyone realized it was the last show, they all settled down and realized that they were going to enjoy.
For me, at least, I have a sense of humor about it now. It's like, oh, that's the way our show goes, you know? It'll be like a last minute, oh yeah, you're working tomorrow. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's like, yeah, they wrote you a new 2-page scene. I'm like, great. And, you know, if I didn't know it was the last season, I might be like, what? Are you serious? And then that's all out the window now because it really doesn't matter.
I think we're just all very, very present and we want to have fun, you know? This is it, so we really want to enjoy it.
It's sad that it's going to be ending, but in a way, it's kind of exciting because you know that this is it. That there's no next season to work itself out, or you have another shot. It's give it your all right now, or you lost your chance.
Well, the idea was that you try to go back to well, and all of a sudden the hand starts to shake.
Are you guys close on? You can't go close on my hand anyways, because you're.
I think we can go pretty close. Can somebody go close on this?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's roll it, guys.
Yeah. Working late or arriving early, see? I'm really excited about it because I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I mean, I'm just as much a fan as everybody else. I love this show. I love the writing. I love being on it. I love being a part of it. And I'm as interested in anybody else to find out just where it goes and what happens.
It's both looking forward to the end. It's a great thing to be able to move toward an ending. That's so rare in television, I think, that you actually get a chance to close out the story. Usually your show's just canceled and that's it. You don't get to end it. On this one, we get to actually build to an ending.
It's going to end the way that the team wants it to end, which is a rarity, I think. And it's not going to overstay its welcome either, which is pretty cool.
One of the things that occurs to you as you look down the barrel of the end, you know, the last season, last episodes, last time I'm ever going to sit on this set, the last time I'm ever going to touch this ass, the last time I'm ever going to ogle this act. Well, I mean, you know, it's just the last time, and there's something very melancholy and sad about the end.
What's weird about the show? Good. And weird about the show, a lot of times I don't know what's happening. I don't know what is going on. I don't know where we are. I don't know why I'm doing half the things I'm doing. And I mean that in the best way.
You'll have to see her, Kara. She'll tell you things. Amazing things.
Okay, hey, we're done here. Get him out of here. Me personally, I mean, I've never really known what's going to go on. Every once in a while we get a general gist or an idea of what might be upcoming in terms of the episodes, but yeah, I haven't found it very, very different. I mean, but there's been some major rewrites and what have you, but I mean, it's still true to Battlestar form.
We do know where we're going by the end of the season, and we've had a series of conversations starting in the third season regarding where the show would ultimately end up and what was all going to be about, what's Earth, where are we going to get to, when do we get there. We sort of know those goalposts, and the journey of how to get there is constantly in motion.
What is going on with you?
Kara!
He can help us, Helo. The Cylons, they know about Earth.
And you believe him? After everything he's done to you?
There will be a resolution, we'll just say that, and the resolution will hopefully be very, very satisfying, but I think it's not going to be the resolution that you necessarily think we've set up to go toward.
I think we find Earth. People obviously eventually find out that the Chief's a Cylon and the rest of them are Cylons, but that we're good Cylons.
Someone bites it in this episode, someone bites it in the next episode, and I just heard that someone bites it in the episode after that, but I don't know who. I've heard it's not me. But again, who knows? But they are so tight-lipped this year, I haven't got a clue.
2 more days, and we'll be back with the fleet. Until then, do your jobs and shut up. See you next time.
I'm trying to pump information from anyone I possibly can.
I've heard everything. I've heard every theory under the sun. I've heard, you know, it's like 5 BCE and Baltar's Jesus. I've heard Eddie wants it to be like post-apocalyptic, totally bleak and depressing.
Are you talking mutiny? Because that's sure what it sounds like. You want to tear this ship apart, then keep riling up the crew making your crazy Starbuck cracks. Otherwise, I suggest you both shut the frack up.
Things kind of start to piece together. Like I kind of get, okay, we're moving towards some sort of idea with Starbuck and Earth and something, but a lot of it, I don't know. You know, I'm thinking about how do I get David Eick to put me on Bionic Woman.
No, there's a lot of cool stuff coming, and all that will be very satisfying. Is all I'll tell you. You know, there'll be a 2-punch, if not a 3-punch. You know, nothing will be as it seems. So, you know, the fans are going to have to hang on right to the bitter end to really find out what the resolution is.
There, I think, will be some enormous surprises coming in the upcoming shows, both on a character level and on a plot level. So, sort of devastating surprises. We lose some people. It's not a pleasant year on Battlestar. So, more of the fun.
It's kind of a nice setup.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think we're watching the first episode of season 6. Yeah, but no one's allowed to say anything.
Yeah,
No
so
leakage
They
whatsoever.
don't tell us anything, man. They just give us lines. They like act. Get it
Carol's
done,
like,
all
hurry
right?
up. The big media bus just
The
rolled
media
in.
bus is coming. Oh
They're
yeah,
all
we're supposed to be hiding in the tour room right now. That's what I forgot. And she was stressing out about that. We gotta go.
Hi, I'm Brian Gianelli. I'm a producer with Yahoo TV, and we're here on set of Battlestar Galactica with the digital press tour. And I've been doing some interviews with the cast, and it's been a great experience so far.
Well, the sci-fi genre in general, most of the fans are early adopters, which means they're going to be tech savvy on everything. And you know, going back to Usenet communities back in the late '80s, early '90s, they were talking about these types of shows. I mean, you can go back to the original Battlestar and Star Wars and Star Trek, and those types of things were all being talked about online.
We're dealing with the people who know how to do stuff on the internet, so, and the people that would watch our show are that way inclined. Yeah, so they're very savvy. They can do whatever they do. All those words like rip things, and I don't know what else they do with stuff, but they do this.
We can be here on the forefront right now, and in a couple hours we can tell our readers what we saw. We can share this information, so it's not just a solitary experience for us here today, but we can go and share it with our readership tonight once we're done.
Yeah. What's weird is that there'll be pictures of me today on the internet in about 2 hours all over the internet, and that's just weird. I can pin down what I wore on any day for the last 365 days because someone somewhere has got a picture and it's on some website. And that's kind of weird. Being catalogued in that way.
I try not to get caught up with reading blogs and the internet fan bases to see what everybody thinks, because I think I have to do my job without that consideration. But obviously, I'm going to start reading this stuff and see what they think about us.
Welcome to the third part of your 3-hour tour.
As a cast, you guys have been extremely open and accessible to the fans, both on the internet, posting on message boards, going to fan conventions, really giving a lot of yourself, making it a real personal experience for the fans. Any experiences you want to share, outrageous fan meetings?
There's one person that can possibly reply to that question, and that's Aaron Douglas.
I love going to conventions. This year alone, I've been to Italy, Australia, New Zealand, London, Miami, New York. I mean, these conventions, I'm pants off the whole weekend. It's absolutely outstanding. And I'm commando, too, so they shoot me from here up.
People that approach me on the street, they watch box sets, they get it offline, they download it, what have you. There's a whole new way of watching television, and it's literally the future.
It's changing so fast right now in terms of episodes premiering online before they air on networks or at the same time, and special features, whether it's webisodes or podcasts. And I just think it's really helping the shows just reach a vast audience.
And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's archaic that we're using this old system as a rating system.
All the shows now are so accessible on the internet, and I really think it's kind of new media, I guess, is really changing the way that people are viewing TV. And it's a change that the networks need to understand and embrace and sell to the advertisers so they can actually really portray what the audience is that a show like this has.
Two-part question. One, what everyone's reaction was to hearing this would be the last season, and also if it's changed the energy on set, knowing that you're filming the final season now.
Yeah, no, inevitably it changes the vibe because, there's suddenly a horizon and you can see over the horizon, and we all have personal lives, and knowing it's the last time changes everything. So, yeah, it's a different deal.
A lot of these shows, the fan base is built on a community, the internet community, and I don't think I really appreciated that enough with my own site, but you can really feel the power of that, and it's glad that the Syfy channel and other networks are starting to validate the fact that these are where these fans are coming from.
All right, good. That's good.
You got 2 firing engines, Lieutenant. I don't know what to tell you. You can't fly this thing.
I don't understand.
You got
You've
2
had plenty-
firing engines. What do you want me to tell you?
You've had plenty of time to fix a third engine.
How? I got no more parts. What do you want me to strip it off that one? I strip it off that one. That one only has 2 flying engines.
I don't fix engines. You figure out how. You go out and basically find the parts that you need, make them if you have to, mold them out of metal. I'm going and getting in a flight suit, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to fly this thing. Because I'm getting out there in this, I'm not going to let them do this.
I'll tell you what, you go get changed and you can fly this thing with 2 engines. It's all you. Go on.
I'll fly it with 2 engines.
Go on.
You got it. Fine. I'm changing. And if you can, fix that third engine in the next 5 minutes.
Why don't you go frack yourself?
Hey. Sir. Hey, this is Brad Paisley. I'm here on the flight deck of the Battlestar Galactica today with my band and crew and the crew chief also from the Battlestar Galactica. And we're touring the set, which is actually not a set. People will be shocked to find out this is actually a real ship.
What do you think, Chief?
I think it's great, buddy.
What's your name?
I'm blown away by that. It's been a lot of fun. I wish everybody could see the real ship. But, you know, they do a pretty good job of getting it on film.
What's your shoulders looking at?
Whoa! Chief, get your fat ass up here. It's so special for us to be here because we've seen every episode so far, and we're huge fans of these people, and it's just the best show on TV. So getting to see it in person is, I wish everybody could do this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how big the set is. It's really big. Usually you get to a set and it's tiny and it's nothing like you think. This looks like, you know, a ship.
Schwartzman, try it again. Come on, you guys, let's go.
Hold on a sec. Yeah.
12 beef patties.
Check.
Special sauce.
Check.
Lettuce.
Yes.
No. Let us not have lettuce.
Look at this. It's a main, it's like a nuke switch or something right there.
Now don't press that. Oh,
Actually had me.
Ron, did we get you driving the bus over here?
No, I should do that.
Yeah.
One night when I was at home and just up late, and they were running a marathon of the miniseries, and I watched it and TiVo'd it. Literally after shows, we would just do 2-3 episodes before we'd go to bed, and really got into it. And it's addictive. It's one of those incredible, unbelievable TV shows that's it's hard to miss. You guys have this thing working yet?
We're almost on it. Schwartzman, what do you got?
I'm trying to calibrate the pressure on this thing, but nothing's happening.
Specialist keys, why is it not getting full 100% power?
Seems to be a coupler that's uncoupled.
Can you couple the coupler? Can you make the uncoupled coupler coupled?
I don't know if they will couple up.
Okay, is it, you got a male female or you got a male male? What is it? Don't ask, don't tell. Come on.
It's, yeah.
Well, the male never works. Female's all right.
We learned that with Schwartzman.
If you do a female down there, that's actually better than a male-female in some ways. I kept hoping we'd get here and see that they kill off Chief in the first or second episode, because I can't stand that character. But it seems to me that he must still be around because they haven't killed him off. But he is a Cylon, so they're harder to kill.
Well, you think I'm a Cylon.
What?
You think I'm a Cylon.
What do you mean?
At the end of season 3, was that real?
Well, it seemed like it was real. They said you were a Cylon. You seem to get a lot of mileage of going into bars and trying to hit on girls with like the, hey, I'm a Cylon. You ever
Well, they energize
Cylon
everybody. They
type?
just plug me in. I keep going. Yeah, but they've said a lot of things in the past. They also said Starbuck was dead.
Yeah, I know. You said that to me too. You swore she was dead, and then there she is.
But is that really Starbuck?
I don't know. I don't trust you.
It's not firing up. It's not starting. Oh, here we go. All right.
Put the old crank start on.
The wing's gonna fall.
All I know is if you see Aaron Douglas in a bar, and he walks up to you and you're a pretty girl, and he says, hey, have you ever dated a Cylon? He might be lying. He may not be a Cylon.
Doesn't mean I'm undateable.
No, but don't go out with him just because you think he's a Cylon, because, I mean, I'm here to tell you right now, there's really nothing special about this guy.
The actors that we bring up from Los Angeles, they're all really good people. Enjoy having them up here. They work quite a bit. down in Los Angeles, but up here we have to kind of, you know, help them out a little bit. Things aren't always good with all the actors, but who knows? You know, we'll just try to make the best we can.
We should be filming that. Sorry, did that come from the dumpster, or is that something that you?
No, I got it from catering.
Gotcha. Wow.
Sometimes you do find some good stuff in there, though. Sometimes the dumpsters is all the shelter you get, and if it rains, I just get under this lean-to. It's the budget. It's tight, you know. But it's better than we had on Xen all those years. You're a dirty bird,
Let's double check.
Later. Apparently my trailer was a little too big for the other girls' liking, so I got moved out to right here. I stay in the tent with the extras. But it's good, because I always have company. I was a bit alone before in my Winnebago. When I had a Winnebago, you know, it's a bit isolating, so I actually prefer this. What have you been doing since I've been
You're shooting.
Shooting what, though? I mean, where the fuck could you be without Deanna?
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, at the fast end of the universe. That's
You can't do anything without Deanna.
You can't go shit without Deanna.
Nothing.
277.
Now it's coming alive again.
Sometimes this shit's so hard to get down. It's like a barium meal. I wish they wouldn't feed us Mexican. It just makes us so farty, doesn't it?
Yeah, really party.
Especially when you have chocolate on top of it. Like chocolate and meat. That's the worst for gas. You know that.
Chocolate and meat.
Chocolate and meat. You've got to be quiet because, you know, the fans want a lot of spoilers and everything. And as far as I'm concerned, that's just sucked. For God's sake, Steve! McNutt, throw that light up for... I'd like a little bit more fill, big softy up there, and I want a bounce board here, please.
You're really getting annoying, you know that?
You don't know what fucking day it is, McNutt. I need a cigarette. You shouldn't, like, ruin things. So it's called a spoiler for a reason, because it spoils things.
I don't know what the fuck her problem is, man. She's number 14 on the fucking call sheet.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
She should be careful. That's all I can say.
You're great.
You're the best actress we know. We don't have anyone better than you. We love you. We love you. You're good. You're good, honey. One, two, three. Off you go. Off you go. Good girl. Good. Beautiful. Beautiful.
The most shocking thing I've ever read in Battlestar Galactica is deeply shocking. Is like there was a year jump, which at the end of season 2, this massive year jump, which I failed to read. I was reading the script, and like it's written as a caption, and I don't read the stage directions anyway. So I was blasting straight through it, just looking for what happens. And then I noticed that everyone was suddenly, like in the space of a day, pregnant and married, and all sorts of stuff had gone on, and mustachioed or whatever if you're Eddie. And I couldn't quite work it out. But then I worked out there was a year jump, and then I suddenly thought, oh, there must have been some huge change for my character too. And I went back, and I noticed it was written in the stage directions, Lee Adama's wearing a pair of glasses. Hugely earth-shatteringly surprising.
There's no way to ever say, oh, wow, I didn't believe that. So I did get a little like, oh my God, Baltar has a harem. Wow. Because did he need to get laid more? Really?
One of the craziest moments thus far, has been the curveball I was swung in Dirty Hands, where the script and plot suggested that I'd come from very lowly, humble beginnings as a dairy farmer's son in the beautiful or run-down village of Cuttle's Breath, Wash.
I really was surprised by the scene in that episode where I'm killed and stepped over myself. That surprised me, and I like that a lot.
Well, the most shocking thing that I found out this season came to me in the makeup trailer, as it often does. That's where you find everything out. If you're dying, you find out in the makeup trailer. You're a Cylon, you find out in the makeup trailer. I found out that I was losing my leg.
there's so many twisted things, and you're like, whether or not you actually read the script or just the outline, and someone will be at the other end of the room, and it's like, you're kidding me. It's like, what? And it's like, we'll say it to each other across the makeup trailer.
Somebody totally nameless, but who might have something to do with this blog, suggested that as a dairy farmer, I channel Michael Caine.
Yeah, Ron and David are really open when we have ideas for our characters. I mean, I called Ron, and I literally said to him, are you kidding? Like, Starbuck would not do this. And I didn't realize that she wouldn't do it until I was in the moment actually shooting it, and then I went, oh, this isn't right. This really isn't right.
Adama says something to me, and I say, I'm a Cylon, not a mind reader. And I said, yeah, I wouldn't, Saul Tigh would never say I'm a Cylon. I'm dealing with this affliction. I'm dealing with this horror that I'm going through and discovering, but I have not accepted it.
You can probably see, like, it's a bit of, you know, it's not what they're wearing on the runways of Milan these days. Maybe it is, I don't know.
I talked to Mark Verheyen first and then talked to Ron, and they went, you know, you're right, I can see what you're saying. And so we changed that scene to me having a different reaction.
I'm always like longing for the surprises. So the only time I get on the phone to Ron and Dave is when my character does the same thing as he always does, and then I get sort of antsy.
You know, sometimes I'm totally surprised at the direction they're going to take it, but it's good. That's part of the enjoyment I get from this job. Is that you know, I so look forward to the script, and I don't know what's going to happen.
So I'm always pushing them to do something fucking crazy and out there. And like the stuff where he commits suicide by floating in space, the waking up in bed with the prostitute, those are all things that I love. Those are all the things that make the character interesting.
The dairy farming accent is a regional accent, like, you know, you need the countryside, and that Michael Caine's accent was specifically, you know, inner city, East End, London, sweatshops, etc. They weren't totally similar. And not a lot of people know that. So there it is. That's one of the most strange things that I've been asked to do on the show.
The thing that I remember the most vividly is when we picked the final five. I mean, it was like, well, let's see. I mean, there was no rhyme or reason to it. We wrote all the principal names on the board, everyone, like, you know, from Laura to Adama and so. And we just sort of did it by, we voted. Like, you know, we'd say, all right, Adama, how many people want Adama? How many people? We just, you know, whoever got, like, the most votes, we would circle them. It wasn't even about, like, who would be good or, and it turned out to be, you know, serendipity that I think we picked the right ones, you know.
I actually found out about it in about September. I was over at Michael Reimer's house, and I was looking at pieces of paper that I wasn't supposed to be looking at. It was the outline of the upcoming eps. And I picked up these little papers, and I took them into the bathroom and locked the door, and I'm flipping through and looking for Chief Tyrol. And I find out, what the fuck is that?
I was being teased on set, I guess, by those who knew that this was afoot. People like Eddie Olmos. And I just said, right, yeah, have another one, man.
I think people like Eddie, Mary, and maybe even Aaron, they knew, you know, they had read ahead, and I hadn't read it yet, and they said, you know, have you seen the scripts? Dude, you should read the scripts. You got to read the scripts.
So I went to the office and I got a little, you know, summary or something that I probably shouldn't have read, but I took it home and I read it, and I was like freaking out in my room, squealing like a little girl with excitement.
I mean, some people hit the jackpot, like Reka, like to go from a sort of a co-star and a very kind of ancillary character to becoming one of the final five. I mean, her like ship came. Woo!
It's mind-boggling to wake up and discover that you are something that you are not. That's a pretty serious acting challenge, and you know, the more challenge, the better it is. It's totally fulfilling work.
Yeah, and the same with Michael Trucco. You know, he came on for what, two episodes, 3 episodes, and he was good, and we liked him, and now he's like gonna determine. He will be involved in determining the end of the show.
I read the scripts, and I was I was dumbstruck, because I was trying to figure out the implications for the character and what the last season and a half that I had appeared, what were how do I reconcile my past, my human side with this newfound identity? It doesn't make sense, and all those things that I stood for and all those things that I fought for, as Anders, and he was a staunch advocate for the resistance. So, needless to say, I had to have a call with Ron and David. What does this mean?
But I kept you in my heart. You were the breath in my lungs, the blood in my veins, and the light in my eye.
And I phoned Ron immediately, and Meryl was like, he's just on another call right now. Get him off the other call! So he spent like an hour on the phone with me, hour and a half, and told me all about it, the whys and the wherefores, because I hated it. I thought it was terrible. I thought you were taking a character that fans love and you're going to marginalize him and make him somebody they don't.
I thought bullshit. It's foolish. It's cheap. I've always said throughout the years of shooting this, am I ever glad I'm not a Cylon? Apparently there was a poll on the net, and everybody who was involved, cast members of Battlestar Galactica, they listed them, and I was the second from the bottom of the one who would be a Cylon, according to the audience.
He said to just trust him. And now that we're well into season 4, I see the reasons for it, and I quite like it now.
When they say that Saul Tigh is a Cylon, I certainly express my disagreement and unhappiness about it, but the track record of the powers that be, David frackin' Eick and Ron frackin' Moore, it certainly has been paid off for me as the actor, and I'm very honored with what they have given me to do.
It's the role of a lifetime for me personally. I've never had so much fun and been so proud to be part of a production. I really feel lucky to get to spend some time here, definitely.
And so for all the fans out there who have been coming to me for these many months saying, are you really a Cylon? Oh man, that sucks. I just say, just keep watching. It's not a bad thing. It's pretty kind of cool, actually.
Confusing. We always have multiple directors. We have multiple casts, multiple directors. We have multiple fucking producers. We probably should have multiple bloggers, but we don't, unfortunately.
But I can't tell you anything. I can tell you there's 2 directors.
I don't have time.
But there's it's so important. We need 2 directors, but I can't tell you what it is.
The reason today why there's 2 directors is that we're doing shots from 2 shows. So I'm shooting the final shot from Ep 12, and Michael is shooting 13.
I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do the scene with Kara here, not when we go to the other location, but here, where she's just starting to leave the beach. I can start doing that.
It's insane, is what it is. It's insane. Now one's waiting for the other, and the other one doesn't want to wait for the other. But what's the shot? Are we up in the sky? And then coming down?
Well, no.
What are we doing?
Well, Howard, did you really want to do this?
There's this episode 12, which is the one before mine, has shots left over. So I hand off the set to Michael Reimer. He hands the set back to me. We just have to get everything done.
We all got to get it done. Got to get it done.
Where she's just starting to leave the beach, I can start doing that.
Oh, okay.
Because actually this one may not work because the background's all ocean.
I want the background deeper. And
Deeper.
they happen to be walking this. Have them going that way because everyone seems to be going this way in the foreground.
Okay.
You want to know why Reimer gets a crane while Nathan gets the pain?
So I think what I'll do the one with Kara tomorrow.
I'm not prepared to discuss that line of questioning at this time. However, given the proper amount of information, I'm sure I can come up with a qualified opinion.
Out here, we'll have some broken ancient skyscrapers, skeletons of skyscrapers, mostly skeletons.
Okay, we're going to go back to episode 12, when we finally arrive on this godforsaken planet.
Hey, Joe.
And watch Eddie pick up some dirt.
Thank you.
We've arrived.
Yeah. Yep.
On a beach. in November.
We're going to skip over scene 8 for now.
We're gonna come in here, we'll
and
shoot
move
this
on
one.
to
This could
episode
take
12.
whatever.
We want to ensure that we get it. So episode 12. Oh, there's Reimer now. Reimer's up. Hey, Michael Reimer there.
There he is.
So we can't have a blowout, so it has to be dark.
It'll be dark. No one knows where the fuck we are.
Frack.
Oh, sorry. Nobody knows where the frack we are.
We can't tell you anything. We can't tell you where we aren't or are. We're having a good time, and this might be the end. And have some chicken soup. It's great.
We think it's Earth.
Not Earth.
We know nothing.
Not Earth.
Oh, this?
Yeah,
It's a dream sequence.
Sorry, there's not much more I can say.